Yo, what is good, man? Welcome back to another YouTube video. This is gonna be something a little different. I'm not gonna be playing any 2v2, no 1v1s, no nothing. I'm just gonna be telling you guys some settings, or basically all the settings that I use that I think are the best and that I think will help your playstyle and suit your playstyle. Like I got y'all with the sauce right now, and as well as I'm gonna show you all my car presets. Right now, if you guys want to skip ahead of this and just go straight to the settings, there's gonna be a timestamp down in the description, or there's gonna be a timestamp right here on the video that's gonna show you guys the exact time that I talk about settings. So I've seen a lot of you guys wanted to know my presets, so here they are. I'm gonna show you the first one and my main one, of course, and you guys already know it is the neural network. I'm gonna try to go through these really quick, but it is the Octane. I use Alpha Boost for every car. Remember that I use Alpha Boost and only Alpha Boost. Some people think I use red sparkles for this thing, but no, I use Alpha Boost for everything. This is a black neural network with this red, this red on the secondary, and then this blue, and then this blue on the secondary. If there is an Octane car design that I think you should go with, it is this one right here. This is the best car design of all time, in my opinion. This is the Fennec that I always use, or this one. It's the same as that Fennec, but with a different blue. So I'm gonna show you guys that really quick. This is the orange. This is the pink, and then this is the blue, and then this is the slight orange tannish, like tan-ish color, and then both anodized pearl. Same one on this car right here, same orange on this side on this color, but just a different blue. Just purplish right there, and then the same tannish color. If I had to go with one, I would like this blue more, me personally, but sometimes the blue feels better. This is my girlfriend's car. She made this when we were just playing around together and just having fun together. So this is her car. If you want it, let me know. I got y'all. But yeah, this is my girlfriend's car. So yeah, we're gonna skip past that one. So I'm gonna give you guys two right here, two Octane car designs that I usually use. I like the Monster Cat, or you can use the, I believe these. Okay, like I was saying, I tried it on accident. I am back, but like I was saying, I use the Monster Cat. Or I either use the Shisha. I prefer the Shisha. I think that's how you say it. If it's one of them, but you can either use one. It's these two colors, but black on either one. And then the blue is this one right here. It's the black, the brown, and the black on the orange side right here. This car honestly feels good. I seen Zen using it one day, so I decided to use it for myself. It's very underrated. I like it a lot. Obviously, this is a very known Fennec. Here it's a bluster bar, anodized pearl, purple right there, black right there. You can either use anodized pearl or glossy. I never changed it, but it's kind of the same. And then that purple on the orange side, and then this black with the glossy. Yeah, this Fennec is very known. And yeah, and then this is also a old OG car design, the Space Station Titanium White Reapers. Yeah, this is a Space Station decal with the Titanium White Reapers. Nothing much else to that. A very OG car. Everyone loves this car, if you guys know it. Typical LJ, all this kind of players uses it, and a bunch of other pros. And then right here, this is my neural network car design. Old, very old. When I used to be on version 1. It is this blue with this blue, this like darkish, lightish blue kind of thing. And then it's this red with this bright red right here. So yeah, nothing else much of that. And I was just using this car design. Honestly, I was trying to make something different. If you guys, looking for something different, it was a mirrored shard. This red, this black, this blue with this black. I was just using this. It didn't feel too bad, honestly. It didn't feel too bad. I kind of liked it. So, you might like it as well. So might as well give it a try. And then here is, I think, the last one. Yeah, I use this. Everyone uses this on the Fennec. I decided to try it on the Octane. Honestly, it doesn't feel too bad either. It feels pretty good. I like the colors of it. I like the way the decal looks. This white as a secondary, and then this purple top right, and then this pink top right. This like pinkish purple, and then with this white, and then I'm using sky blue, effluenter, or I think that's how you say it, effluenter. I might be mistaken. And yeah, that's literally all of my car designs. I usually main this one, and I mean, yeah, nothing else much. with every car design I use freaking Alpha Boost, sorry, and then I use a regular normal trail. So all right, let's get into the settings part, man. Let's do it. All right, for the settings part, I'm gonna give y'all a huge tip right here. A lot of people like to go in slow-mo, okay? When they're not feeling good, when they're feeling heavy, when they're feeling sluggish, when they're feeling slow, they like to turn this thing down in the game speed and just really use this, okay? I highly recommend you just do not use that and push through that, because you're gonna have to rely on the game speed. You're gonna have to rely on that slow-mo. When you're not feeling good, you're gonna rely on it a lot. So I highly recommend just keep pushing through when you're not feeling good, and I promise you, you're not going to feel that sluggish or that slow or that heavy carb bug as much as you will. That is a huge tip that I've learned, and that has helped me throughout my career. Honestly, I'm not being for real. And also, one more thing is limited boosts. As you guys can see, I can pick up the boost. I'm wasting boosts like in free play. That is a huge tip because it helps with boost management, boost control, and yeah, I just want to add that in there really quick. Okay, gameplay, nothing in here. I mean, this is all default. This is just all preference, whatever it is. I literally never changed anything in here, but this thing called input buffer, have this on default, I believe, always, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah. All right, what you guys all came for, of course, the camera settings. You know, number one, okay, I'm gonna go over what I use, okay, and why I use it. I use 109 FOV to start off. Okay, number one, don't use camera shake. I forgot about that part. Do not use camera shake. You do not want to use that. That is the worst thing of all time. Do not use that, okay? Highly recommend to turn that off if you do use it. Or if you like it, I guess you can use it, but just turn it off. It will help you a lot. Field of view, I use 109. A lot of people use 110. I use 109. I feel like the game is closer, and I mean, it's not really a huge difference, but I just like it. And I don't know, something about it, the way my car feels on the ball, and how I like to zoom in more. I don't know, just weird. I'm a weird guy, you know, but I like to use 109. Some people do as well, so I use 109. 270, it's my opinion, it is the perfect distance. I just really like the way it feels. Yeah, it's not too far, not too close, literally just the perfect distance. I use 90 height. Because I feel low to the ground. I feel fast, very mechanical. In this camera settings, I don't know. I just feel really good with my touches. And I feel mechanical. And then -4 angle. These two kind of go together. So I use -4 angle because it's kind of keeping me at that like that narrow straight point of view, if that makes sense. And it's not really too high or too low. It's just keeping me at a good angle. So if you use 90, I highly recommend using 90 -4. My stiffness, it's 0.45 because I'll show you why. Because look, if I'm flipping, look how it just feels so bad. And if you have it all the way up to the above, you're just gonna feel so stiff. Like look at that. So I use 0.45 because it's right down in the middle. It's a good like area to be in my opinion. And yeah, it just feels good. Swivel speed, transition speed, and then transition time. All of these are preference. Literally not a single one of these really matter, except for transition speed. Like me personally, I like the 1.2 because if you go down, like it's just how fast you get to the ball cam. It's very slow. It's very blurry. Like I don't know. I don't really like it. And then 2, it's just too fast. Like I don't really like that. Too slow, or not too slow, too fast. And so I think 1.2. Just fast enough. You can put maybe a little faster, but it's just fast enough for me, and I like it. And then demonstration time, always have this at 0. All right, now that we know why I use my camera settings, let me tell you guys what I highly recommend for everyone, and then after that, I'm gonna show you what camera settings will be best for your playstyle. So number one, what I recommend for the field of view is 109 or 110. Just you know what, like the closer you have it, the worse your game looks, the worse you can see. So have it at 109, 110. A lot of people use 110. I use 109. For distance, I don't recommend going any lower than 250. 250, you know, it keeps you really close to your car. It's good for flip resets. Honestly, it's really good for that. Really good for keeping car control. But I do not recommend going higher than 270. Because if you're higher than 270, you're gonna feel very far from your car. So I just recommend staying from there. Height, I recommend going from either 90 to 110. No more higher, no more lower. Yeah, just and it all depends. You know, if you're using 90 height, the angle, like I said, and these two are together. So if you're using 90 height, I recommend going either -4 or -5. If you're using 100 height, I recommend going to 103. And if you're going to use 100 height, I recommend going 110 height. I recommend going to 103 or even 104. So, but mainly 100 -3 on that because that's what a lot of people use. But it's just because it keeps you at a good point of view on all those combinations. It gives you a good point of view, and yeah, it's just kind of this. It gives you good touches, good guard control, and all those settings, and it's just what you want. It will make you better, I promise. You just gotta find the right camera settings for you and what you like. And the stiffness, I highly recommend do not going any lower than 0.35 or any higher than 0.60, but usually stay between the 0.35 and 0.45 range. Only reason why I said 0.60 is because there's a lot of players out there that use 0.60 with certain camera settings that fit their playstyle, and I'll go into more depth into that here in a second. But it's only for certain settings that I would recommend that. But yeah, saying that 0.35 to 0.45. Once again, all three of these are just preference, and yeah. All right, now I'm going to go into what playstyle is best for your camera, what camera settings are best for your playstyle. Okay, number 1, if you like to play a fast mechanical playstyle, okay, I highly recommend. Okay, the field of view stay the same. The distance kind of stays the same. Maybe you can go to 260, but those two kind of stay the same. It's all in the height and the angle. Okay, because these two are going to be very important because of how you take your touches, how fast how fast you want to be on the field, like just how you feel, and then how you want to see the field as well, and how you want to feel on the ball. So, me personally, I'm an aggressive player. I'm a very aggressive player. There's a lot of aggressive players out there that use 90 -4. You know, me, Juicy, a bunch of other aggressive players that like to play fast and controlled as well that use 90 -4, or just stuff like that. I think Drawl uses 90 -4 as well. He's very aggressive, so it's really good. Just if you like to play that aggressive, I highly recommend going either 90 -4 or 100 -3. Okay. And if you like to play if you like to play fast but also slow and positional and stuff like that, I highly recommend staying at the 100 -3, or 100 -4. I highly recommend saying it. If you like to play in between, you just like to do everything, kind of like just reading the game. That's all really. You can really use any setting, honestly. But 100 -3 is a very good spot to be at if you're gonna play like that. Okay, and if you're going to play very slow, very controlled, very defensive, okay, if you like to play that certain style, very, very safe risk Rocket League, I highly recommend going through 100 -3, and this is the part where your stiffness comes in, okay, I believe, okay. That's where people use 0.60, because when you're playing defensive, you just like to get those one touches, one touches head out. You like to just shoot the ball as well. It's very good for shooting, very good for just hitting the ball, getting good strong hits. And just, yeah, basically that's what I recommend if you like the 100 -3. I mean, you could still use 0.45. Like the stiffness doesn't, you don't really need to use that stiffness. It's just give it a try, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But if you're, that's what I'm just saying. If you're very defensive, use 100 -3. You can use 0.94. But I recommend, if you like that certain play style, 110 -3, 100 -3 is gonna be real good for you. But yeah, because the touches, the shooting, the saves, you're gonna see a lot more of the field of the view field of the field. Sorry, I couldn't get that. But yeah, like I said, and that's what I would recommend for those certain play styles. And stiffness at all, you just keep trying out whatever you like. But yeah, that's what I got to say about those things. All right, so controls, we got the sensitivity, and everyone has been asking me, what's my sensitivity? I haven't changed this in years, I'm not gonna lie. I have not changed the steering or aerial sensitivity for a very long time. 1.3 is a very sweet spot for me. I don't really have much to say about this, but if I were to say so, I used to be on 2.2. I changed this to 1.3. I used to be on very high sense. There's some players out there that are above 3. You try to find a spot that you like. So I would highly recommend using nothing lower than 1.3. And nothing higher than 2.2 or 2.3. You can go around, see what other pros use, but me personally, that's what I recommend. So Yes, there you go. And then controller dead zone, I use 0.05. I've always recommended 0.05 to 0.10. Nothing lower, nothing higher. 0.07 is a good spot that a lot of pros use, but also a lot of pros use 0.05. Dodge dead zone, I don't really got much to say about this. I have never changed this. It's always been at 0.7, so I can't really say anything about this. And yeah, I mean that's about it for that controls part. All the bindings, my bindings, real quick, I just want to say this: I have never changed the binding. The only thing, actually, I have one thing. Sorry, the only thing I've ever changed was my scoreboard, and I changed my scoreboard to R1 because my left arrow is L1. So that's literally the only thing I've ever changed. And right here, the last and final thing, because interface, audio, chat, that's all a preference. But the last thing is video. This is all preference, of course, but at the same time, it isn't, because some settings help your game run smoother, makes you feel better, makes you feel just better in game and more controlled, and you just like the way it feels. So this is what I use. I use high performance, performance, high quality. I don't really ever change these three, but I usually do change two things. Okay, I recommend don't use any of these things except for two: high quality shaders or ambient occlusion. I see a lot of pros using either one of these or both. Okay, I see a lot of pros use these things, so you can just test these out, test these two things out. High quality shaders basically changes your game up a little bit. It looks good. And then the ambient occlusion, I don't really know what to, actually no, this gives you like a little bit like of a shadow on your car, and just a shadow on certain things. If you guys see that on my screen. So that just gives you a bunch, some little things that can make you feel better. You don't know. So just test those things out, and that's what I use for my texture, world, and particle detail. So yeah, and that is gonna be it for the video, man. Yeah, I gave you guys some sauce. Hopefully you guys like it, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys stuck to the end, appreciate you guys more than you know. I really do. That's gonna be it. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, good rest of your night, whatever time it is for y'all. As always, I love y'all. God bless y'all. Without further ado, peace out.